Jelani, what happened with you and VJ Wright? I have no idea what you're talking about, Vince. Be a little bit more specific. VJ Wright. I don't know who VJ Wright is. Maybe my brain is just running slow. But be a little. I'll answer if I know what's going on, Vince. But says show him the money. Show him the money. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Tom Cruise in here. You know. Show me the money. Yeah, they said show him the money. Now here's the thing about it. This is the problem that Aaron Donald has. His problem is the other players before him that did not pan out. Aaron Donald, if this had been Matt Stafford, the year Matt Stafford got drafted or before, he would, because Matt Stafford was the last person to basically get that big time money, on potential. He would have been all right. He would have been great. And I'm about to go to someone, to compare him to. So he would have been great. Vince, I see you. I'm going to get to that in a second. He would have been great. He would have been fine. He would have been okay. But there are so many guys that came into the NFL that did not pan out, and they got all this money, and you can use anybody that you want, your Jamarcus Russells and all that stuff, and the list goes on and on and on. And there was a need for this rookie pay scale. And the reason for the rookie pay scale that they needed was that guys would get the money, and then some of them would get lazy. Some of them actually wasn't good enough to justify, the price or the contract that they were getting, But there were other guys that were in there as well that did play well. But in comparison to the guys that's not, and so it's less guys that should be getting paid versus guys that either getting paid what they should or they're out of the league. That's what I'm getting at. So this year, Aaron Donald is going to get paid $1.8 million. For what he's done in the NFL in his 3 years is just, it's disrespectful. It's really disrespectful for him. And the team has capitalized off of this because they picked up his 5th-year option. So for a rookie deal, you get 4 years, and then the team has a 5th-year option. Well, they pick you up in the 5th year. If you're balling out, you're still not going to make the same money. And then they still can franchise you the following year. So you still fighting for your money, and you're 6 years into the league. So this is the bad part. This is the part where I'm about to go in where just like said, show them the money, because you're 6 years into a career that we don't even know if you're going to make it to your 6th year. It's good that he's made it 3 years. Football is violent. So, but here are some numbers. I'm going to throw some numbers out to you, in comparison, because he's a D tackle. So the numbers I'm going to compare is also a D tackle. Here are his last 3 years, or his first 3 years, I should say, in the league. His rookie year, he had 47 tackles, 9 sacks. Year after that, 69 tackles, 11 sacks. So of course, more tackles, more sacks. And then last year, 47 tackles, 8 sacks. And he hasn't missed one game. One game. He's played every game. Cedric Galloway said he is the best player on the Rams, and he makes a valid point. Your defensive tackle is your best player. That is just sickening, and I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm just saying that's just showing how much this guy is balling out. Now, I'm comparing him to another D tackle that's in the league. So in the past 3 years in comparison to his first 3 years. So that same time, it was 51 tackles, 8.5 sacks. 58 tackles, 6 sacks, and then now this last year was 72 tackles and 5 sacks. That person, ladies and gentlemen, who he is running basically neck to neck with and giving him a run for his money is no other than Miami Dolphins defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh, who signed a 6-year, $114 million deal, which he actually got the benefit off not having the rookie pay scale. So he started off, I think, with like $50 million for the Detroit Lions. So Aaron Donald, he should be an exception to this rule. They should take his contract, rip, and just give the man his money. Like said. Show me the money! Show this man the money. There's an exception for every rule that we talk about, and this is an exception. All you're going to do is end up losing this guy, and all you're trying to do is just run it out and just say, you know what, we're going to give you $7 million. That's 700%, almost more, than what. No, not when other people are doing, he's doing what the top guys are doing, and they're making double digit per year. Olivier Vernon is getting paid, JPP is getting paid. Now they're DNs, and he's right there with them. So this guy should be getting paid right now. And the Rams are in trouble. They are in a situation where they may lose him, their best player, just like said, their best player off of this team who hasn't missed any games. Pay that man. It's easy. Pay that. He's one of the few that it doesn't apply to for the rookie pay scale, and no one will have a problem with him getting paid. None. This is an opportunity for a franchise to capitalize on the talent that they got for the cheap. That's it. That's the business. Don't get me wrong. That's the business that they're in, but he needs to get paid. Ben, you should be ashamed of yourself, but I'm going to say it anyway. He said JPP, and we all know who that is for the Giants, is getting paid, and he only has 8 fingers. That's not right, Ben. That's not right. I'm not going to laugh. And Lopan, you shouldn't laugh either. Indeed. But you did, Lopan. Something's wrong with you. So, Vince said, and Vince asked me about, I'm going to go back. He was talking about the VJ Wright. So, Vince going to say, oh, my bad. That was Trey that VJ went in on earlier. So now Vince done got me mixed up with someone else. So what you trying to say, Vince? What you trying to say, bro? You trying to say something? Trying to say something about, I resemble somebody else? Is that what you're trying to get at? Is that, that's how you tall people, try and treat me? Is that what it is? Yeah, I'm back on the tall stuff, Vince. Get me mixed up with other brothers, bruh. Is that what it is? But I'm going to digress. I'm going to bring it down, because it's not that type of show today. We'll do that next week or maybe Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shameless plug. Yes, I did it. Double duty, thewaitaminuteshow.com. But pay that man. Pay Aaron Donald, man. This is a no-brainer. This is not what you got to think about. Y'all ain't got nobody on y'all team that y'all paying besides maybe Tavon Austin. And people going to say he overpaid. Sammy Watkins is still on his rookie deal because this is 4th year. So his 5th year didn't even get picked up by the Bills. Jared Goff is your number 1 overall draft pick, but because he's on a pay scale, he's not getting paid. You got maybe 1-2 other guys that, you picked up in free agency that you give him some money to. Pay the man. Y'all already sorry right now. Y'all losing games. Pay the man. No need of losing your best player, Said, very, very great point, said in the chat room. He said they need all their stars when they open a new stadium. I didn't even think about that. Said, you're exactly right. You're opening a stadium. You want to appeal to your fans. You want to appeal to people. You want to give them a reason to come to the game. And if you done made somebody mad and you can't just trot Eric Dickerson out there, and everybody is just going to say, you know what, Eric Dickerson's in the house. We're going to run down there and watch the game. No, Eric will get you some people, but it still comes down to the active players. So thank you, Seth, for pointing that out. And that's what I'm talking about this chat room, man. You go in here, I'll make you part of the show. So appreciate that, Seth, for the comment that you make. So pay that man, ladies and gentlemen. NFL, LA Rams, whoever else, the Cronky, just whoever it is, cut the check. Cut the check. That's all I'm saying. So, we're going to take another little quick break real quick, and we'll come back and we'll talk about some people that, getting sued or possibly getting sued. And then we'll also get into my top 3 games for week 1 of the NFL. So stay tuned, stay tight, and we'll be right back. Okay?
Yo, what's good? This is Trey Frazier. This is the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Make sure y'all tune in to us every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.
All music artists, lend me your ear. Looking for that hot beat to make your next hit? Go to FaroJaroMusic.com. Tired of paying for overpriced studio time for mediocre beats? Go to FaroJaroMusic.com. FaroJaroMusic.com offers industry-quality hip-hop, trap, R&B, and pop beats that will take your creativity to the next level. We know it's hard to find dope beats out there, so don't waste any more time searching YouTube or whack beat-selling websites. Go to FaroJaroMusic.com today to cop the beat for your next hit. Mixing and mastering services available too. Once again, go to FaroJaroMusic.com. That's FaroJaRo Music.com for the hottest beats in the game.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Vince Wright, the sports governor, and you know me from the Sports Done Right show. But when I'm not doing Sports Done Right, I'm in the executive mansion chilling with the Wait a Minute show. That's right, Jelani, Lopan, indeed. Keep it tuned here, y'all. The Wait a Minute show. My name is Vince Wright, and I approve this message.
This is number one Chief Rocker Jersey Vern on a Recap Monday doing his recap show. We're going to talk about sports, entertainment. We're going to have call interviews, on the spot calls. This is just a show that will bring nothing but passion and joy and understanding to all the listeners on the Two Live Stews radio platform. The number one Chief Rocker Jersey Vern.
This is Key C from the
Kicking It With Key C show.
on the newly rebranded Two Live Stews Radio Network. We will continue to bring you the hottest, most interesting guests and commentary in the areas of social, politics, culture, music, and more. Continue to tune in.
Give it to you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Wait a Minute show with your host, Jelani J. B. Bodie in the building. Said, hopefully the Rams are not that stupid. I hope so, too. You know, pay the man. Pay the man. But someone that may be paying somebody else is Ice Cube. He may be in a little bit of hot water here. So over the weekend, Ice Cube, owner or, part owner of the Big Three, which was this summer's 3-on-3 basketball tournament with former NBA players, former professional basketball players. They seem to having, had a pretty good inauguration season and looks like it might be promising, and we see some other stuff, but let's stop it right there. So the Champion Basketball League, the CBL, they filed a $250 million lawsuit against the Big Three for allegedly taking their players and ideas. So this was reported, according to the New York Daily News, Shania Jacobs. So CBL founder Carl George, I'm about to say George Karl, the coach. Carl George alleges that the Big Three co-founders, Ice Cube and Jeff Quadzisnet, if I said that right, cheated him out of players and intellectual property. So this has already, gotten to the court, and they're saying per the court documents, they said when certain players express their desire to participate in the CBL games, Mr. Cube, confronted the players personally about playing in the CBL and threatened the players that they would be fined, not allowed to participate in the 52% of revenues bonus pool, or replaced on their team. So if you remember about the Big Three, the one thing about the Big Three was that the investment kind of went back to the players. The players got, some of the pot, some of the money, that the revenue that the Big Three was getting. So what they're saying is basically, Cube strong arm, some players basically, not necessarily, not physical